Hola a todos. Estamos esperando a que se sumen más personas con nosotros para que demos inicio a la sesión de hoy. Mientras tanto, les recuerdo que pueden activar la traducción simultánea en la parte inferior de su pantalla, en el símbolo de globo que dice interpretación, y ahí escogen el canal de español, ya que esta sesión será en inglés. Okay, so let's start with today's webinar. Dear participants, welcome to today's presentation, the third session of Halal Opportunities for Exporters series. Before continuing, let me switch to Spanish for a minute in order to welcome our Spanish-speaking participants and to explain them how to turn on the translation. Hola a todos, para los que acaban de llegar, les recordamos que pueden activar la traducción simultánea en la parte inferior de la pantalla, ya que la presentación estará dada en inglés. Les agradecemos mucho por estar acá y esperamos que disfruten de esta sesión. Well, so today's session topic is about Muslim-friendly tourism. With the rising numbers of the global Muslim population, businesses around the globe have started to pay attention to the needs of the growing and lucrative market segment. The travel sector is no exception to that trend, giving growth to a variety of Muslim-friendly tourism, products, and services. Nevertheless, traveling to a non-Muslim country can prove to be an inconvenience to Muslim travelers, as prayers, facilities, and halal food are not readily available. So through this webinar, you will learn how to leverage this growing demand and opportunity. First, in name of ConnectAmericas, I want to thank Halal COW, Serunai, and the Islamic Development Bank for facilitating this training session. And of course, thanks to Mr. Muhammad Jamal, head of Halal Center of Excellence, who is again today the speaker of this session. Before starting, I remind you all that the webinar will be open to questions at the end. Therefore, I kindly invite you to share your questions through the chat. We will be starting with, finalizing around in 45 minutes, and then we'll start with the Q&A session. So, Mr. Muhammad, thank you for being here with us, for sharing your knowledge, and the floor is yours.
Right. Thank you, Miss Manuela, for the warm welcome. Buenos dias and a very warm welcome to all the participants today. I am Jabal, representing Surunai Halal Center of Excellence, and I have Mr. William today, who will be the translator of the event. Before we begin, I would like to record our sincere appreciation to Inter-American Development Bank and also the Islamic Development Bank for facilitating our collaboration. And through this webinar, we hope to be able to share about the halal opportunities for the global halal market, especially today for the LAC exporters. So to continue our halal series, today we have a very interesting and important topic that is Muslim-friendly tourism. With the rising numbers of the global Muslim population, businesses around the world have started to pay attention to the needs of that growing and lucrative market segment, which includes the travel sector, giving growth to a variety of Muslim-friendly tourism, products, and services. Next. So for today's webinar, we will be discussing the in-depth of Muslim-friendly tourism, or I will refer as MFT, based on the program outline that we have prepared. Number one, we're going to talk about global Muslim market, and then follow with Muslim-friendly tourism definition. We're going to also cover the components of Muslim-friendly tourism services, follow with success story of MFT in non-OIC countries. Last but not least, we're going to talk about course of actions towards MFT or Muslim-friendly tourism. Next. So the objective of training today or session today, we hope that at the end of today's crash course, you will get summarize the global Muslim market and the demand for MFT or Muslim-friendly tourism. And then secondly, you can define Muslim-friendly tourism and the services, as well as you can describe the components of Muslim-friendly tourism facilities. We're going to also discuss about the success story of MFT in non-OIC countries. And also we're going to discuss about the course of actions adapting to MFT or Muslim-friendly tourism. Next. So global Muslim market. The pandemic has inflicted to a heavy toll on the travel industry. However, travel is a resilient segment, and we are all looking forward to the gradual reopening of international borders for travel. Okay, so as you can see here, Muslim spend on travel increased by 2.7% in 2019 to 194 USD billion from 189 USD billion in 2018. Comparing global Muslim market with other countries such as United States of America, China, and others, it has substantial values that is proven lucrative for the related industry players. International Muslim traveler arrivals grew from an estimated 108 million in 2013 to 160 million in 2019. This is a compound annual growth rate or CAGR of 7.5% during that period, which could be concluded as the fastest growing market compared to other services. As the pandemic had a colossal impact on the travel sector, the Muslim arrivals dropped to 42 million in 2020. More than 90% of these trips were performed in the first quarter of 2020 before most destinations closed their borders. As international borders are expected to open up gradually in the latter part of 2021, excuse me, it is estimated that Muslim visitor arrivals will reach to 26 million in 2021. It is also projected that the Muslim travel market will recover up to 80% of the 2019 levels in 2023. So we have learned from 2020 to 2021, it is time to improvise and make strategies for the travelers that are eager to travel in 2022 to 2023 onwards. So the hospitality industry will become stronger. Next. So prospect of Muslim-friendly tourism markets. The global average of Muslim travelers in 2019 is 200.3 million compared to 1.46 billion international travelers in 2019, according to 2020 international tourism results by the United Nations World Tourism Organization, UNWTO. This contributes about 13.7% of the total international travelers and is actually a huge number. In 2019, Malaysia alone received USD 5.33 million Muslim travelers, generating USD 16.72 billion of income. That is a very huge number. Next. Now, we would like to see a study conducted by the Mastercard Crescent rating, the world's leading halal travel and tourism authority, in which reported in-depth research analysis and monitors the overall performance of the Muslim travel market. This is standardized and independent accreditation system similar to the stars of a hotel, which aims to achieve global recognition for halal or Muslim-friendly travel by accrediting standards on 7 levels, 1 minimum to 7 maximum. The purpose is mainly to help all stakeholders make data-driven decisions. So the report ranks 140 destinations, including several Latin America countries, on how ready they are to attract the Muslim travel market in the COVID-19 environment. The indicators of the ranking is based on the criteria shown in this slide. Number one, 10% weightage is from the excess, which indicate how convenient is the visa requirements, connectivity between two destinations, as well as the condition of the transport infrastructure. Number two, another 20% weightage was based on the communications, which indicate how good is the destination marketing, communication proficiency, and stakeholder awareness. Third, another 30% weightage is based on the environment, which indicate the condition and surrounding of the destination, including safety, faith restrictions, visitors' arrival acceptance, and enabling climate where Muslim could be accepted as any other normal person without prejudice. In other words, no Islamophobia. Number four, another 40% weightage which contributes to the large score to the ranking is the service, which indicates how good the destination cater the core needs and service of the Muslim, especially in preparing halal food and prayer facilities at hotels, airports, and other locations. Next. Okay. So although pandemic has ravaged the tourism sector, when it comes to Muslim-friendly facilities and services, the foundations that destination have been putting in place for a number of years remain ready to be activated as travel reopens. Some destinations have continued driving stakeholder awareness, capacity building, and destination marketing to the Muslim outbound markets even during the pandemic. Malaysia remains the top-ranked destination in the Gmti 2021, as it has been since the launch of the index in 2015. As the leading country in the halal tourism industry, it has been successful in attracting Muslim tourists from all over the world, especially Middle Eastern travelers. The ranking was based on several factors, including availability of halal food, prayer facilities, and halal-friendly accommodation. It is followed by Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and Indonesia. We could also observe within the non-OIC country or Organization of Islamic Country. So let's look at the non-Muslim countries. In recent years, non-OIC countries or non-Muslim countries, including Singapore, Taiwan, and United Kingdom, have shown strong interest in halal tourism. Singapore, for example, continues to be the top-ranked non-OIC destination and has held the top position since the inception of Gmti in 2015. The United Kingdom has climbed up to the second position. Taiwan, Thailand, and Hong Kong continue to be featured in the top destination. Not shown in the slide are also South Africa and Japan, which are also included in the top 10 countries. And then these destinations have continued to the some level of passive marketing to the Muslim market even during the pandemic, and even being the favorite among Muslim travelers as they have halal certification bodies, which make it easier for Muslim tourists to find halal certified food or halal certified products or outlets or food premise while having vacationing there. Okay, next. So this is top Gmti of Latin America countries. So as I mentioned earlier, some of the Latin America is also part of the research. Here we are happy to share the top Gmti ranking among Latin American countries. I'm sure all of you are excited to know that there are several Latin America countries listed among the top 140 ranking. Here we have the highest score from Bahamas with 34, followed by Chile, Aruba, Suriname with 33, 33 score, and Mexico, Puerto Rico, and Dominican Republic with Dominican Republic with 31 score. Okay, next. All right. So Muslim-friendly tourism market. This is the Muslim-friendly tourism of outbound and inbound market in 2019, reported by Gmti 2021. The top 20 countries that contributes the most Muslim travelers accounted from around 78% of the total Muslim travelers globally. By region, Gulf Cooperation Council accounts for 30%. Second, Southeast Asia accounts for 10%. And then followed with Central Asia, 9%. And last, followed by Western Europe, contributes about 7% of the total Muslim travelers. Referring to the top 20 destinations of Muslim travelers, the top country selected by Muslim travelers was Turkey, followed by Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Iran, Morocco, and others. These top 20 destinations account for around 66% of total Muslim arrivals. We could see that majority of the top destinations are OIC countries, mainly because of, number one, majority of the citizens are Muslim, and there are abundance of basic and core necessities for Muslim travelers. Secondly, most of them are popular with Islamic historical places, traces, monuments, and remains, which Muslim travelers love to visit, to see, and to learn more from what they see. Yeah. Okay, next. So we also have a fact with inbound market of non-OIC countries. However, we could see there are non-OIC countries among the top 20 destinations, for example, Spain, France, Russia, Italy, and others. Even they are non-Muslim countries, they cater the needs of the Muslim travelers due to several factors. So factor number one, the first is mainly due to high Muslim population in that particular country, as per our discussion previously. And naturally, that will be the factors that are able to cater the Muslim travelers' needs. For example, because of they have a lot of Muslim, so by nature, they have halal food, praying facilities, and other facilities. Secondly, one would be due to many attractive places related to Islamic historical monuments and remains, such as Spain. You know, we talk about Cordoba and even Italy. There is some traces of Muslim history, Islamic history. Yeah, so people love to go there and to see. Right. Next. Right. So we're gonna discuss about the definitions of Muslim-friendly tourism. So what is Muslim-friendly tourism mean? Here we are. In general, everybody loves to travel. Everybody loves to travel. Whether you are Muslim, whether you're non-Muslim, we love to travel. So this Muslim, let us see what are the factors for people to choose a destination to travel. So the first factor are usually recommendation from friends and relatives who have great experiences from the destination that they have been to. Second, would be influenced by social medias. You know, when you see other people, especially the influencers, share the nice photo and experience at certain places, it will surely stimulate your interest to visit those places as well. The third, of course, due to the reputations of certain places that hold the popularity, uniqueness of the breathtaking scenery, such as the 7 wonders of the world, islands and highlands. Yeah. The next would be through movies. When people saw some scenes were shot at nice places, and they also have intention to visit those places. Next, the traveler's budget will also influence the choice of their destination, which will be based on the fees of flight, okay, accommodation, as well as availability of cheap food. Yeah, so everybody love cheap food. Yeah. And last but not least, people tend to travel to place which has low currency value compared to their country of origin, which will allow them to spend more during their visit. So they can just spend how many, how much they want. They can shop a lot. They can bring souvenir to their relatives, to their friends. Yeah. Okay, next. So this is basically Muslim needs during travel. This is the main one. Actually, there is more, but this is the main one. Yeah. Specifically, there are some necessity or some main necessity for a Muslim during their travel. So the first one would be the availability of halal food, beverages, and products. The second would be on praying necessities and facilities, especially areas and space for Muslims to perform prayers. And thirdly, one of the most important facility is the water facility. For example, for the purpose of utilization of water for self-cleansing has been outlined by Islam, especially for them to wash before prayers. Yeah, or we call it as ablution. Okay, and number 4, and the last will be other suitable facilities to accommodate the other Muslim activities during their travel, such as hotel, swimming pool, gymnasium, and maybe Ramadan activities. We're going to discuss further in next slide. Yeah. All right. Next will be okay. So before we go further on the point, let's look at the definition of Muslim-friendly tourism. Yeah. According to our first point of reference, the Islamic Tourism Center of Malaysia, ITC, which is also the government agency responsible in grooming Malaysia into the most renowned Muslim-friendly tourism destination. Muslim-friendly tourism mean number 1, it's referred to an activity, event, and experience undertaken in a state of travel that is following the Islamic way or Sharia law. It is also refers to the activities of Muslim travelers who do not wish to compromise their faith-based needs while traveling for a permissible purpose. Muslims are allowed to travel as long as it does not go against the Sharia law. For example, you cannot travel for the purpose of gambling, for the purpose of adultery, for the purpose of engaging in fraud or criminals and other bad things. Yeah. All right. Next. So this is a common purpose of travel for Muslim travelers. There are several. Number 1, the first purpose is to visit meaningful places. I think this is similar to everybody. Okay, because we want to appreciate beautiful sceneries. We want to appreciate or learn about cultures, learning about divine experience of past civilizations and others. This is because as a Muslim, we were taught that whatever actions taken to draw closer to God or Allah is considered as worshipping the God, or we are doing a good deed. Yeah. Number 2, the next purpose are to visit relatives and friends. Yeah, this is common. We travel because we want to meet relatives. We want to meet other family members. We want to get to know each other. Yeah. And number 3, followed by traveling for business events. Yeah. So sometimes we go to from one place to another place to meet people, to discuss about business. Yeah. Right. Or maybe because of the conference, convention, exhibitions, or others. Yeah. All right. And then some of the people travel for the purpose of to further their studies at tertiary level and above. Yeah. And even some of the people, they travel to get a better medical treatment. Okay. And last but not least, another purpose of travel for a Muslim is to perform pilgrimage, or in Arabic called as Hajj and Umrah, specifically Mecca and Medina in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, and they are performing Hajj. Performing Hajj is compulsory for Muslims once in a lifetime, provided they could afford it and are in healthy conditions to travel. So this is the common purpose, especially for Muslim travelers, and this is the main reason why as a Muslim we travel. I think this is something not new or something very similar to others. Yeah. All right, next. Okay, so this is factors of increase in Muslim-friendly tourism demand. There are 5 main factors that lead to the increasing demand of Muslim-friendly tourism globally. Number 1, because of increasing numbers of Muslim population. The more Muslim we have, and then the more Muslim will travel. Number 2, because of the encouragement of traveling in Islam, as I mentioned earlier, anything to do with whatever makes you closer to the gods is considered as a good deed. Yeah. All right. And number 3, increase awareness of Muslims on the needs of Muslim-friendly tourism and hospitality. Yeah. Followed with number 4, changes in the Muslim lifestyle, and also they have more spending ability. So when you have more money, you can spend it for the travel purpose. Yeah. All right. And then number 5 is advancements in communication technology. So because we can see a lot of scenery, we can see a lot of condition, we can see a guide, easy for us to find something that we can go travel from technology. I think this is why the MFT or Muslim friendly tourism is increased. Yeah. All right. Okay. So as we have discussed earlier during our Halal 101 training, the Muslim population is increasing over the years. Today's Muslim population is 1.9 billion, which account about 30% of the global population. According to the Future of World Religions, population growth projection 2010 to 2050, the numbers of Muslims in 2010 will reach to 2.8 billion. According to another study by the LAC, the world's fastest growing religion, Islam, is considered as the fastest growing religions compared to the others. All right, next. Okay, so this is encouragement of traveling in Islam. The second factor, there are teachings in Islam that encourage Muslims to travel, recorded in the Holy Book of Al-Quran and the sayings from the Prophet. For example, the verses 20 of chapter 29 in the Quran, Allah says, travel through the land and observe how He began creation. Then Allah, God will produce the final creation. Indeed, Allah over all things is competent. And indeed, we could conclude that when a person travels to a new place, he or she is able to get to know new people, new experience, taste new food, and that will usually lead him or her to become a better person. Okay, next. Right. So the next factor is Muslim lifestyle and spending change. So the Generation M. So who is the Generation M? The young, affluent Muslims changing the world. With improvement of Muslim economy and income, like everyone else, they have started to look for enjoyment in life. So besides purchasing new interesting things, they also feel that most of the fun, enjoyment, and relaxation from their daily hard work could be found when traveling to the new places, trying new food, and experience different places outside their place and even country of origin. Okay, next. Increase awareness of MFT needs or increase awareness of Muslim-friendly tourism needs. So with the growings of technology usage, especially during the pandemics, Muslims are exposed to the digital education that leads them to seek better understanding in Islam. And this also includes the needs of Muslim. This also includes the needs of Muslims are exposed to better understanding what they need to perform as a Muslim during travel. So prior to this, they can only find seafood or vegetarian food, for example, food that also contain alcohol or lard. Because of the increasing needs of Muslim, travel agency and provider has also prepared earlier to bring Muslim to suitable places to have their meals. This indirectly create the demand and supply towards the Muslim-friendly hospitality and services. Next. Okay, so the next factors that influence the increase in demand of Muslim-friendly tourism is the increase in technology, especially Muslim-friendly websites and apps that allows Muslim to search for Muslim-friendly destination, which has abundance of halal food and caters the necessities of Muslims during travel. Right? Okay, so this is the components of Muslim-friendly tourism services. Next, okay. So there are a lot of elements, but we think this is the main one. Before we go discuss further in a different or in the other topic, let's discuss on three main factor or three main necessity that needs by Muslim travel. Number one is halal food. Yeah, what is halal food? Like we discussed earlier, halal food refers to the food permissible by God or by Allah and permitted for Muslims to consume. Yeah, it is obligation. It is compulsory for a Muslim to consume only halal food or halal beverages. So areas that should have halal food is normally we expect as a Muslim, we expect to have halal food, number one, in airport, in all the main attraction places, hotels that we live, hotel that we stay, yeah, or at least hotels kitchen, yeah, and there food premise that we want to go, yeah. For example, we go to Mexico, we want to find taco. We know some of taco may have animal-based ingredient, so we want to find halal taco, yeah, for example. And then maybe we should have halal food from the convenience and store or even groceries or maybe shopping malls. Yeah. So because why there is a common place that people will go to buy something to eat. Yeah. All right. So mechanism of implementation. This is our suggestion. The place should have halal certified food premise, kitchen or vendor. Or for example, if you have like a travel agency, yeah, so this travel agency can prepare in advance halal food to their client or to their consumer, yeah. All right. So other than halal certified food, another option is to prepare something that's similar to halal, such as vegetarian food or non-alcoholic food and beverages, or even seafood. Seafood is also considered as halal as long as it doesn't mix with other non-halal ingredients. Yeah. So the best or the easiest thing is to have a grilled seafood, yeah, or fried egg. It's as simple as that. Right, but I think there will be more education on that. So maybe we can discuss further on this. All right. Okay, next. Okay, number two is praying facilities. So why praying facilities? Because for a Muslim, it is compulsory to perform a praying 5 times a day. 5 times a day, which is from the sunrise, afternoon, and then before dawn, and then what we call as in the night, yeah, in the evening. So because of that, we need a specific place, yeah, which refers to just a small place, yeah, which can accommodate 1 to 3 people, but but it's depend. Yeah, as long as the place is clean. Yeah, and then we have a washroom or place to take ablution, to what we call uh, to wash up, yeah, to do ablution, yeah. So this also what we expect to have in airport, main attraction places, and also hotel, yeah. All right, next is number 3. Number 3. Other facilities next. Okay, so other facilities is something like a suitable facility to accommodate to Muslim activities, such as swimming pool, yeah, gymnasium, spa. Why we need that? Because basically you cannot mix in Islam. You cannot mix men and women in some place where they need to have some privacy, yeah, such as swimming pool or gymnasium. So the mechanism of implementation, we suggest to have separation of certain facilities between men and women, or even toilet with water for wash purpose or for showering purpose. So other men cannot simply just watch a woman having their showering, or vice versa. Yeah. All right. Okay. Next. So let us discuss the success story of Muslim-friendly tourism in non-OIC or non-Muslim countries as a motivation or an inspiration for the Latin American countries. Maybe you would like to see how they implement. Okay, maybe you can be as successful as them. Yeah. All right. So let us see. Singapore. Singapore is the country next to Malaysia. Yeah, they are a non-OIC country or non-Muslim country. However, they are managed to attract a lot of Muslim traveler to go there. Okay, so how? Okay, basically, I think because previously they are part of Malaysia and they have a lot of influence by Malaysian culture, which includes Islamic matters. Yeah, they have a lot of Muslim there. So because of that, they have a lot of mosques. Okay, and then they have halal certified food premise. Yeah, and then there is a common for them to prepare prayer room at the airport. Okay, and then they have a convenience store where travelers can find halal food easily. Yeah, and even they're also providing Qibla direction or Mecca direction in hotel room for the purpose of praying, and they're also providing halal food at main attractions. I think this is the things that everybody or any country needs to have to accommodate Muslim travelers' needs. Yeah. All right. So there are total, this is very interesting fact, there are total of 72 mosques all over the country, and prayer rooms are also provided at main attractions, including in their airport. So pre-COVID, Muslim international travelers to Singapore comprise about 20% of total visitor arrivals. And very interesting element is the hotel room. Besides providing halal food and necessity for prayer, such as praying mat, they're also providing prayers mat, they also Qibla direction, or even a copy of Quran. Yeah. So, all right. Next. Okay. Let's look at the Japan. Japan. We know Japan just held Olympic 2020 in 2021. Very interesting. So Japan has been transforming its services and facilities over the past decade to cater the large number of Muslim tourists from Southeast Asia, as well as its own Muslim populations, especially after Tokyo learned it will be hosting Olympics 2020. Yeah. Finding a place to pray while on the move is easy. Today, Japan boasts more than 110 mosques compared to just 24 in 2001. So within decades, 20 years, they build or they can have a lot of mosques to accommodate Muslim travelers' needs. So all major airports, as well as railway stations and expressway service areas have prayers room. Yeah. So there are also more options of halal food. Now there are around 500 businesses in Japan were certified by halal certification body. So they have halal certification body recognized by JAKIM. Even in some hotels, there are Qibla or Mecca direction for Muslim travelers to perform prayers. There are also hotel offering hot spring bath or oisin, yeah, segregated by gender, and there is a growing number of inns that offer private hot spring bath, making it suitable for families and privacies for Muslim travelers. Yeah. All right. Very interesting fact. Japan is very beautiful. I remember like 10 years ago, first time I arrived in Japan, it's not easy to find halal food or place to pray. But nowadays, Japan will be one of my favorite place to go. Not just because it's beautiful, just because the people is so quiet and they very respect about the privacy, but also they have a lot of accommodation facilities, which is friendly for Muslim travelers' needs. Yeah. All right. Next. All right. Then, okay, South Korea. Very interesting. So it is popular destination among travelers because of the wonderful attractions like Naimi Island, Seoul, Jeju Island, Busan, and many more. Not to mention BTS or K-pop is also playing their role here. Yeah, or even K-drama. Yeah, they are also playing their role here. So here the basic infrastructure like prayer rooms and halal certified restaurants that prepare food for Muslim tourists are increasing, and they are working hard to set up and enhance the various facilities effectively to meet Muslim tourists' specific needs. Hence, it's so much easier for Muslims to travel to Korea now. For example, there is the first mosque in Korea opened in 1976 in Itaewon district for Muslims to perform prayer. And pork and its products like lard and bacon are still prominent in the Korean cuisine and snacks, and most of meat served in the restaurant is not halal certified. Therefore, many travelers and working immigrants opt for seafood and vegetable-based dishes when dining out. Maybe you can look out for sushi, sashimi, because it's seafood, it's halal, no worry about it. Yeah. However, this is slowly changing as more and more immigrants open halal restaurants of local and their native cuisines. Now, there are about 300 restaurants are halal certified around South Korea. There are halal food marts selling halal food, groceries, and meat for Muslims. Cosmetic products are also very popular here. Muslims can find almost all the typical Korean cosmetic brands, even halal certified Korean cosmetic shops dedicated for them. Like we discussed earlier, South Korea is one of leading country in halal cosmetic. Very interesting. And last but not least, there are also a list of Muslim-friendly guest house and hotel that could be chosen. These guest houses and hotels come with amenities that a Muslim traveler is looking for, from being located near halal eateries and a mosque to having a prayer room or an on-site halal restaurant. Some even remove alcoholic drinks from their room service. So South Korea is one of the country that I have been there. I managed to meet their halal certification body and make them recognized by JAKIM. So they have a lot of initiative, to educate people about Islam and halal. So because of that, South Korea become one of the favorite destination for a Muslim travelers. So maybe you can find for Korean Muslim Federation, one of the prominent certification body. They are actually not a halal certification body, but because of their doing some education, they are also taking an advantage as the halal certification body. Yeah. All right. Spain, yeah, very beautiful place. So Spain was among the most popular Europe destination for Muslim tourists, despite the Islamophobia news surge recently. Let us see what are the Muslim-friendly services and attractions that being offered. Okay, there are approximately 300,000 Muslims in Spain, so it should come to no surprise that the halal restaurants and mosques are more than enough for a Muslim-friendly stay there. In the Malaga Costa del Sol airport, there is a multi-faith prayer room which welcomes all religions, including Islam, located in the arrivals hall of Terminal T3. This room has no images, and one of the walls is decorated with different material and special lighting, facing Mecca for prayer. And many Muslims choose cities like Cordoba and Granada to spend Ramadan because of the numbers of hours of sunlight during Ramadan. Some institutions such as the Casa Arabe, Cordoba City Council, and the Halal Institute organize activities such as the Noches de Ramadan in Cordoba, a special program of activities that includes films, workshops, talks, exhibitions, and concerts. There are a lot of opportunities for other countries to embrace the opportunities of becoming Muslim-friendly tourism and hospitality services. Okay. And so this is a few places that we find very attractive in Latin American country. Number one is Rodrigo de Freitas Lagoon in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, I guess. And then Angels Fall, Venezuela, and Galapagos Islands in Ecuador. So these are the main attraction that maybe Latin America country could promote to the Muslim travelers. So while promoting to the Muslim traveler, you can also start to prepare the place or the people with the facilities, yeah, with the halal facilities. All right. Next is, so what is the course of actions towards a Muslim-friendly tourism? Okay. So number one, what we can do is create awareness on halal food and halal certification to local industry. Okay. So I think this is a very good movement. Yeah. Give an awareness. Yeah. Tweak a little bit. Your unique food, your delicious delicacies can become halal food. Yeah. So only with the high understanding of why, what, and how to prepare halal food, the tourism suppliers will be able to perform or produce halal food and services. A meeting with tourism suppliers have to be conducted to increase the awareness of halal food for them to realize the importance of providing and having halal certified. All right. So that is number one. Number two, okay, so the second aspect that we can do is establish better facilities for Muslim tourists in the hotel, restaurant, shopping complex, and airport to attract more Muslim tourists, especially in relation to prayer performance. Yeah. So this is especially because prayer is the method of worship and the main connection of a man to God or Allah, and is considered to be the most important obligation and duty of a Muslim. It's compulsory. You are even considered committing sin if you don't perform salah or prayer. Yeah. However, it is not necessary to provide facility exclusively for Muslim as long as there are proper and clean space provided, because Muslims are able to perform prayer at any clean space. Yeah, even sharing space is also acceptable. All right. Okay, next. What else we can do is, promotion and marketing. The pandemic has increased the availability and access towards digital marketing. So should marketing of destination to Muslim travelers. These digital marketing campaigns should be continued to roll out targeting at the Muslim travel segment even during the pandemic. We could see several destinations have published Muslim visitor guides or MVG over the last few years. They have generally been in the form of downloadable online guides and in some cases as physical printed copies. Some of the MVGs have highlighted many Muslim-friendly services, facilities, and experiences of the destination, while other destinations have just focused on publishing halal food guides. The countries are Australia, New Zealand, South Korea, Japan, Indonesia, Philippines, and Singapore. These MVGs not only inspire Muslim travelers for travel beyond the pandemic, but also enable them to search for the relevant services with ease. A study has forwarded the idea that the local government must play a lead role and collaborate with the destination's marketing organizations in developing certain locations as a Muslim-friendly tourist destination. This is because they have the authority to invite hotels, restaurants, shopping complex, and create a consolidation or organization or association that would like to promote Muslim-friendly destination, while the DMO will be the organization to support for consultation, sharing of experience, and planning for course of actions to develop and together promoting Muslim-friendly destination at the certain location. So without a conglomerate or collective effort from determining hotels, restaurants, and shopping complex, the Muslim-friendly tourist destination could not be realized. For example, in Malaysia, there is a joint venture effort by Islamic Tourism Center, a government agency in Malaysia, which throughout the years have been promoting Muslim-friendly tourism through social media, webinar, and others. Recently, they have participated in the MIHAS through their Muslim-friendly tourism and hospitality forum, which has brought all payers and interested parties together in promoting Muslim-friendly tourism. Next. Okay. So, Malaysia has established a standard, not just halal standard, but we have the first standard intended for the tourism industry that caters to Muslim travel savvy needs. The objective of these standards are to provide guidelines and requirements of Muslim-friendly hospitality services, to preserve and protect the integrity of Muslim-friendly tourism products and services through effective application of standards, to promote and engage participation from industry players in the standards activities for Muslim-friendly hospitality service. Okay. With the guidelines from the standard, we hope it will be easier for interested parties and industries to adapt to Muslim-friendly tourism and hospitality effectively. Okay. All right, and then we also have verified halal search engine. Yeah, so our verified halal apps could be used to search for halal products, halal food premises, as well as prayer time. We have connected with several halal certification bodies from Latin America country. Yeah. So here is some of the feature. Yeah, by using the verified halal apps, they are most finder, and then there is a nearby restaurants, hotel, and abattoir within 30-kilometer radius that is connected to Waze or Google Map. So by using this feature, you can find halal restaurant nearby. Yeah. All right, and then it is also providing to travelers list of nearby restaurants that you are able to click your choice. Yeah, there is a data of the halal certified food premises. Okay, there is also a blog section where we always have updates. Muslim traveler, they can use this blog to updates on halal industry, including MFT. So if you would like to enrich yourself with the knowledge, you could log on to the blog. Yeah. As the main function of this app is to find halal product, you could also tag and share to your friend and relative using the tag products. And finally, we have also latest updates on halal related events and news from halal certification bodies. But all this will be no meaning if we don't have enough mosques, if we don't have proper praying facilities, if we don't have a halal restaurant or abattoir, or even if there is no writer in the blog section, yeah, there will be no meaning. So we need more facilities, yeah, towards Muslim traveler needs. Then only they can find the place through these apps. Yeah. All right. Next. So who can benefit from Muslim-friendly tourism? There is a lot of party that will benefited from this Muslim-friendly tourism. Of course, number one, government agency will be benefited. Yeah, restaurants, of course, hotels, spas, and wellness facilities. And then tourism boards, airports, they can generate income. Yeah. And the attractions, travel agents, airlines, shopping mall, hospital, travel associations, cruises, railway station, convention venues, and I believe there will be more. Yeah. All right. Next. Okay, here are the key takeaways. We are approaching the end of presentation. Here are the key takeaways from our sessions today. All right, number one, it will be brand trust and positioning. Number two, increase growth in Muslim travelers. Okay, number three is business networking. And number four, demand in services of Muslim-friendly tourist guides. And number five, social engagement with tourism and hospitality player. So, next. So, as for conclusion, Muslim-friendly tourism is growing, and we believe Latin America country has potential to venture into the Muslim-friendly tourism and hospitality services. LAC, or Latin America country, has a lot of tourist attraction. So by adding a few more elements, you are actually put more value on your services, and you will be ready to accommodate Muslim travelers. Conclusion number three, there is more to understand in implementation of Muslim-friendly tourism in a systematic manner, such as Muslim-friendly tourism certification system. Or maybe what can I relate here is halal certification body indirectly will involve in the Muslim-friendly tourism. Yeah. All right. And number four, as Malaysia, the spearhead in Muslim-friendly tourism, we are here and we are proud. We are here to assist you in developing Latin America country towards the Muslim-friendly tourism journey. Yeah. So with all the information today, we could say that MFT also could cater people with strict dietary requirements such as kosher, vegan, and even people with certain health condition. There are many opportunities in MFT, Muslim-friendly tourism, such as another area is medical tourism, which we could possibly discuss in another sessions if given the opportunity. Yeah. Okay. All right. So what's next? What's next for the player? What's next for the youth, the participants? Yeah. So, for those who are interested, please write to us as info@serunai.com or WhatsApp us at +6011 3362 7641. We will be also conducting series of the following training. Yeah. For those who are interested, please email us. Yeah, this is some of the module training topics that we are able to deliver to you. Yeah, the requirements of halal assurance system, halal food premise best practice, effective halal operation for food manufacturing, introductions to halal cosmetics, the value and advantage of halal logistics, the requirements of halal slaughtering, internal halal audit, or even Muslim-friendly tourism and hospitality service, and many more. Yeah. So with that, this concludes the series of halal webinar with Connect America for now, where we have covered halal, number one, halal 101. We have discussed about the halal critical ingredients, and today we have discussed a brief about Muslim-friendly tourism. Actually, there is more to discuss, but thank you so much. For those who have attended the first two sessions and would like to obtain halal certification, specifically Malaysia halal certification, we will be arranging a separate session for consultations and discussion. Okay. So in the meantime, reach out us for the further discussions and specific trainings, again, via info@serunai.com. As you can see here, don't forget to take a picture. Yeah. All right. And muchas gracias. Last but not least, after 3 amazing sessions, we are so blessed to have this opportunity together with IDB and ISDB to share about halal industry. We hope we give you enough information to encourage you guys to be part of halal industry or even become a Muslim-friendly tourism and hospitality service player. So please, should you have any question, again, do contact us. And thank you again. Or in Bahasa Melayu, in Bahasa Malaysia, we call it terima kasih. Terima kasih, Manuela.
Thank you very much, Mr. Muhammad. We're grateful with you and Serunai and the Islamic Development Bank for this session. I don't know if we still have time for a couple of questions, as we have a lot, I might say. What do you think? Are we on time to answer some questions?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Sure. So I'll start with some questions regarding the first part of the webinar. Can you explain us again, what did you meant with the rankings shared at the beginning of the webinar, please?
Again, the question is?
Can you explain us again, please, what did you meant with the rankings, the country rankings that you shared at the beginning of the webinar?
All right, sure. Okay.
And who ranks the countries?
Okay, the rank is basically so very similar with how organization, they are ranking hotels. You know, hotel will have there is a specific organization that they are ranking hotel with 2-star hotel, 3-star hotel, 4-star hotel, or even 5-star hotels. The approach is similar, yeah. And the organizations called Mastercard Crescent Rating. This organization is based in Singapore, if I'm not mistaken, and they did this study in July 2021. Yeah, so the study or the rank is based on the number one, visa requirements, connectivity, transport infrastructure, and then they rank the country based on the destination marketing, communication proficiency, and stakeholder awareness. And character number 3 is they are ranked based on the environment, yeah, safety environment, face restrictions, visitor arrivals, and enabling climate. And also they rank based on the service. 40% of it is based on the halal food and prayer facilities, and as a core service. And also they're looking at the hotels and airports. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much. It is clear. So as you shared, Latin American and the Caribbean countries are not yet part of the top outbound and inbound markets. And as you mentioned, this may be mainly due to the lack of facilities or response to Muslim traveler needs. However, which is the potential of Latin America and the Caribbean as a travel destination for Muslims in order for businesses to invest on these facilities adoption?
Of course, like we mentioned in the presentation, we can see a lot of attraction, a lot of beautiful place, and it's not just as a Muslim, I also want to go there. Everybody wants to go there. Yeah. So maybe one of the barrier, one of factor why I didn't go there, because I thought it's so hard to find halal food. It's not friendly to me for me to perform my obligation. So I think that is a perception. It's just a perception. So to counter the perception, there what you need to do is to do more marketing on that, to do more education on that. Let us as a Muslim, or let people in Muslim country know that you are ready to accommodate Muslim traveler to go there. So of course, I want to go to Rodrigo de Freitas Lagoon. I want to go to Angel's Pass. I want to see Machu Picchu, of course, but always afraid. Is it easy to find halal food? Okay, that will be a common, perception towards a barrier to travel. All right.
Yes, yes. And my second question is very well aligned with what you just mentioned. When you said that they have to adopt marketing strategies. So which will be these key strategies for LAC businesses to attract Muslim tourism besides accommodating facilities and food? For example, through which digital channels or which type of alliances with local travel agencies are suggested, etc.
Yeah,
How to
sure.
get to them?
Do you mean is to approach a Muslim traveler by using that medium? Yeah, by using that,
Yes.
of course there will be a more effective channel. Yeah, because normally what we can see on TV, mostly there is advertisement about Europe country, but very less, honestly very less about a Latin America country. So I think you should need to have more marketing or strategy, yeah, via social media, via official television channel, or maybe collaboration and cooperation between the tourism board, yeah, government to government. That is commonly what we can see on the TV. Yeah. All right.
Okay. Yeah. So I suggest you all to check on the different countries which are the most used media channels.
Yeah.
Because as Mr. Muhammad says, for example, TV and different social media channels. I don't know, for example, in Malaysia, which are the most used social media channels? Which are?
I can be the tourist guide. I can be your virtual tourist guide. Contact us. We can show you.
I think I can answer on behalf of Jabal. For social media engagement, I would say a lot of the younger generation goes to Facebook to get their information. They are also quite strong in TikTok. TikTok is the latest trend to find any information they want. Used to be YouTube, but TikTok is really trending in Malaysia.
Amazing. Well, I'll have to open a TikTok. So jumping to the next question, and thank you very much, Intan, also for your answer. Is there a halal training institute in South America where people can deepen their knowledge gathered through these sessions, or not? Yes.
I believe halal certification body normally will provide that kind of training. Yeah, but maybe what we can do is from Malaysian side, we can have collaboration and cooperation, maybe with IDB, but maybe we can use interpreter, to organize training regarding halal and Muslim friendly tourism.
Great, thank you. So please share with us your comments, which will be these topics that you're most interested in being trained on. Well, so the next question is a certificate. is a certification or an audit required to host halal tourism? And who would issue this in Latin America?
Yeah, I think Latin America is quite new with the Muslim friendly tourism. Yeah, so because of that, it's not easy to find halal certification body who actually certified place under that scope. Yeah, normally we just talk about the halal certification for food, but not for the Muslim friendly tourism. This is what we are trying to suggest to local player, yeah, to venture into certification in terms of the services. So maybe there is less, but we couldn't find any. So we want you to be part of the Muslim friendly tourism, and maybe we can have like a collaboration to issue the recognition because it's different from the halal food certification, because this is something like a recognition. Halal Muslim friendly is more abroad compared to the halal food certification. Yeah, we are talking about the facilities. We are talking about something similar with the hotels ranking. Yeah. All right.
Okay, thank you. This question is quite interesting. Is it possible to offer halal food at a restaurant which also prepares dishes containing meat?
Yes, with proper separation and segregation. That's why one of the elements that we discussed earlier is to understand further about the MFT, and it's not just to understand about the requirement, but we should understand systematically. So by understand the system, we can implement the system in the place. For example, of course, one place such as hotel, they need to cater the needs of Muslim traveler, or maybe the needs of non-Muslim traveler. So by having two places, or by having two different kitchens, or maybe two areas that can accommodate both travelers, it will benefit to the hotels itself. Yeah, but you need to understand how to perform it, how to do it, so you will not create confusions. You can actually do that as a promotion to the place itself. Yeah.
Thank you. It's great to know this, because I think a lot of the participants were thinking that they will have to change everything within their business or their restaurant or their hotel, but it's not like that, as Mr. Muhammad said. And this happens as well regarding the prayer facilities. This was as well very, very interesting. So do you know at a governmental level which efforts have been developed in Latin America and the Caribbean for adopting or promoting these measures?
Maybe Miss Intan, you want to answer this?
Sorry, again, can you repeat the question?
Sure. Do you know if there have been any governmental efforts in the Latin America and the Caribbean countries for adopting or promoting these measures?
So far, we know Brazil and Argentina is very, very keen to expand the halal market. Yes, and they are moving towards that. But that's about it. I think the other countries are slowly opening up towards halal and Muslim tourism. So a simple answer to the majorities of the member countries under the IDB, not yet.
Yeah, I think I want to add some point when, like we discussed earlier, Japan, one of the country that they start from zero. Yeah, they are known as a non-Muslim country. They have no idea about halal. They have no idea about what is Muslim friendly all about. But they change a lot in decades, in 20 years, and become one of the leading Muslim friendly tourism hospitality services. So I really hope that LAC or Latin America can be inspired by Japan, and I think it's not so hard. Just tweak a little bit, something like tacos. You know, taco is made of corn. It is actually halal. By putting a halal ingredients, it becomes halal taco. So everyone can eat. Muslim can eat it. so everyone can enjoy it. It's just a few information, you apply it, and it becomes something new, and something new to cater demand from different, different market. I think that is a very huge opportunity. Okay.
Indeed, the opportunity is huge, and I know we still have a lot of questions and that you want to have like a further knowledge on this matter, but we've shared the contact information of Serunai through the chat. So I invite you all to write them, to contact them, and they can answer all of your questions. And as Mr. Muhammad said, we would be planning a session perhaps to deepen on some of the issues that were shared through all of these 3 presentations, and to have a more like conversation session rather than a training session. So thank you very much for joining these 3 sessions. Thank you very much to Serunai and the Islamic Development Bank. We've all learned a lot. The potential is huge. The roadmap is still, we have a challenge to offer all of these opportunities and to meet this demand. So I know that we're gonna still be sharing some articles and information from Serunai. It will be published on the ConnectAmericas webpage. So we invite you all to explore our webpage to gather more information on this matter. And we will be sending as well this presentation afterwards with the PowerPoint document and the recording of the session. So we hope we can join again soon. And thank you very much all.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Muchas gracias.